Hey, so we started off the show talking about the Caps, and they've got a huge series, massive, starting Monday. Massive.
I mean,
Game 1, Montreal,
let's remember,
here, 7 o'clock.
They haven't won a playoff series since winning the Stanley Cup. It's been
a while.
It's been a long run. It's been a bit of a drought as far as playoff success. Now, again, I'm always going to be happy with the Stanley Cup win. Never take it away. It's fantastic. But now, after this amazing regular season they put together, want to see some fruits born in the playoffs. So, yeah, you can't. Last year, making the playoffs, that was their playoff success. Getting to the postseason. Now they got dispatched by the Rangers, but just getting there was the thing.
No one thought that they were good enough to get to the playoffs.
This year, the expectations are ratcheted up much higher.
I think anything short of the Eastern Conference Finals will be disappointing.
It's probably correct.
I think you got to win 2 playoff series to feel, okay, that was... I mean, you're going to be disappointed no matter what. Like, you'd be disappointed if they made it to Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final and lost in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final.
I'd be
that
distraught.
Would be disappointing. It'd be devastating, actually. But I think heading in, you got to win at least a couple of rounds. And posing the question that we kind of kicked around earlier, who do you start at goalie? If it was up to you, assuming that Logan Thompson is healthy, do you start him over Charlie Lindgren? Or do you go with Chucky because he's been the goalie of late with Thompson sidelined due to injury? I'm gonna do the different bit. I'm gonna start Logan Thompson, assuming he's healthy, because I'm looking at the GAA, 2.49 to 2.73. He's the better goalie. Look at the record. Charlie Lindgren, 20-14. I'm going to toss out the overtime losses, okay? Let's toss those out.
Okay.
20-14 compared to 31-6. I'm going to look at the save percentage. One guy saves 91%. The other guy, 89%. I'll take the 91%, Logan Thompson.
Right.
So I would start Logan Thompson, but I want to hear from Caps fans. 800-636-1067. Who would you start in goal?
I kind of agree with Cakes that I don't know if I feel great about throwing LT in there since he hadn't played in 3 weeks in a Game 1 of a first-round matchup against Montreal. But I'll tell you what, I'm not going to hesitate for a second if Chucky is just average.
Right.
And even if they win the game 4-3 and Chucky's, has some bad goals allowed there, I'm starting Logan. I'm starting the better guy. I'm starting the guy with the better numbers in Game 2. But I agree. I don't think Carbs is going to start LT in Game 1.
I'm starting the guy that hasn't had a almost 3 week layoff.
I got you.
And that's Chucky. And I'm just look, we had Coach Carbs on a few days ago. He said there's a reason why we did what we did with the goalies. We extended not one, we extended both of them. Now, Logan Thompson got the bigger deal. He's been the better goalie of the two. But they clearly like both Lindgren and Thompson.
I think Carbs,
and they trust both of those guys.
I think Carbs would be confident starting Thompson in Game 1, even if he hadn't played in 3 weeks. I think he'd be confident.
Right.
But based on what you're saying, I know you don't want to start him out of the gate since he hasn't played. But at some point, he's going to play.
I know. At some point, you have to throw him back into the fire. You got to
throw him back into the fire.
Yeah, not necessarily. If you guys go with Chucky to start,
I mean, unless Chucky's
Game 1,
just
you're not taking him out in Game 2.
Unless he's on fire for the entire playoffs. You might be right, but I got to think Thompson's going to play at some point. Especially if they win the first round series.
800-636-1067 if you want to weigh in. Who would you start? We put that up as our Junkies poll of the day, brought to you by Surfside. Of course, we love Surfside. I'm actually wearing a Surfside hoodie. I felt it was okay because EB wore his yesterday.
Yeah.
I try not to double down.
But think about it, kids.
Junkies poll of the day brought to you by Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka, Surfside Lemonade and Vodka, the perfect addition to any gathering. Each can only 100 calories, zero carbonation. That means easy sipping. You can find Surfside at your local bars and in convenient variety 8-packs at your local liquor stores. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly. By the way, Bobby Balicki, our friend, who is now a VP at Surfside, sent Valdez and I a graph.
Okay.
I mean, he jumped aboard a rocket ship.
Oh, he
I looked at this graph.
Good for him.
Had other brands that you've heard of.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the column for Surfside, it was plus 562%.
Oh,
it's like
they're just killing.
I shot back at Texas. I was like, I hope you have equity.
Yeah,
they're killing it. But think about Cakes. Getting back to the Caps. Think about it. Like you just pointed out, after they won the Cup in 18, they lost to the Panthers.
Yep.
In 7, first round.
Crushing loss. I can kind of picture that the way that series ended in my brain right now.
Did they have a lead in that series? A pretty significant lead? I can't remember, but they lost.
I'd have to look
7.
it up.
Then they lost the next year to the Isles in 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then they lost to the Bruins in 5. Then they lost to the Panthers in 6. We talked about that. Didn't make the playoffs 2 years ago, and then obviously last year. No one expected them to get to the playoffs. They made a late run and played over their heads for the most part, and then got swept. So we haven't seen a second round Caps appearance since the Stanley Cup year.
I know. It's been a long time.
I mean, that's 6 years.
Early voting.
This
is very early. You can vote at Junks Radio. 56% Logan Thompson. Maybe that's where the confidence is, just based on the season.
All right, let's go to the phones. Let's go to Dave. He's calling in from Raleigh. Must be listening on that free Odyssey app. He wants to weigh in on who should start in net for the Caps on Monday night. Dave, you're on with the Junks. Good morning.
Hey, guys. Good morning. Happy Friday.
Same.
Yeah, man. I am I'm a big Caps fan, and I've looked at the numbers here the last couple of weeks because I'm a big nerd. Logan Thompson's GAA and save percentage since he signed his extension has been putrid, way higher than Chucky's. It's actually, if you guys look at it, I think it's like 3.5. His save percentage is way under 90%. He's touched on it as well when Tarek has interviewed him. So I 100% would go with Charlie. I know his is higher overall, but of late, it's far better.
So you'd start Chucky.
Not only has he been playing, but he also has been playing better since they both signed the extension. In particular, Thompson has just not been good.
Okay. All right. Well, I think they are going to start Chuck, but it's interesting that you point that out. I didn't really focus on the numbers since he signed the extension.
All right, let's go to Evan.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thanks for the call, Dave.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Let's go to Evan. He's calling in from Richmond.
What's up, Evan?
Hey, morning, boys.
What's up?
I'm definitely Team Chucky. I want Logan to have like a lot of practice, get him really back up to game speed because the playoffs are so fast and so competitive. So I'm Team Chucky all the way. And I think, I'm not sure if you guys have talked about it, but Montreal has a young Russian stud that they just brought over. He's only played 2 games in the NHL. Yeah. I watched a little bit of their game. Again, granted, it was against the Blackhawks, but he was flying out there. He looks like a stud. So I'm a little bit worried about him. And then,
shouldn't they worry about our flying young stud, Ryan Leonard?
I like Leonard, but
he's not on that level.
This Russian kid might be a little bit better, but I like Leonard. And one other point that's unrelated to this, I think that Dairy Queen should pay Derek Queen a ton of money to do a Meta World piece and change his name to Dairy Queen. Then if he blows up, then that's just constant marketing for them.
It's a great idea.
I'm with you on that.
And he wants to get paid. Maybe he'll consider it. Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate
All right, boys.
it.
Have a good one.
Yep. Thanks for listening in Richmond.
He should pitch it. Pitch the idea.
Well, he already has a deal with them.
Yes.
He has a deal with Dairy Queen. Take it to the next step.
To the next level.
Yeah, I'm saying pitch the name change.
Sure. Do it.
It's funny.
Love the idea.
Coming up next, we'll talk to Jay Busby from Yahoo Sports, talk some NFL, NFL draft, and more. Don't go anywhere.